Hey everyone, have I here bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing a full breakdown with some fun little team builds for the Dokkan Festival exclusive LR, GG, Trunks, and Vegeta. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while, but I think I just did one last month with like Ginyu. But some of you guys are asking me for a full breakdown, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Most of you guys know what this unit does. Everybody's been saying it's like the best unit in the game, things of that nature. But let's go ahead and start with a card art, which I really like, right? So I think both SSR and TUR are very good. I like the SSR just slightly a little bit better, but then you have this amazing LR, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Now we are going to spend just a couple of minutes to watch the super attacks. Usually I don't do this, but why not? They're so good that I want to make sure that we highlight all of this.
この先を見ろ。まだ見ぬ敵よ。宇宙最強。お前が誇り高きサイヤ人の血を引く者ならば、俺の息子ならば、誰にも負けることは許さん。俺超えてみせます。目の前の敵もトムさんも。
That looks so good.
この通りだ、トランクス。俺の力よ、この世界の人間の盾になれ。みんなの願いをこの一撃に込める。サイヤ人、人間の底力を侮るなよ。くらえ、ギャリックホー。
GG boys and girls. GG.
トランクス、やったな。はい。
Alright, so this is the Power of Pride and Hope Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks Future Trunks. And yeah, let's dive into the stats here. Make it a little bit bigger for you guys to see. I'll actually just talk about the stats real quick. Solid stats, 22,750. And I'm turning the background sound up again. Attack at 20,910, right under 21,000, and defense 13,488. So let's make this a little bit bigger here. Yeah, leader skill, solid leader skill, bond of parent and child. I did a whole video on that, talking about, is this the best category in the game now? Feels like it's omitting some units for some apparent reason, but yeah, it's a really strong category. On top of that, it's also Future Saga category, keep us 3 HP and attack 170%, HP attack and defense 170% across the board, and then the additional 30% leader skill for Battle of Fate, thus making this a 200% category lead. Very strong. It's very limited with the Battle of Fate though. I thought it was going to be a little bit more open, but yeah, like I said, the bond of parent and child, that category is ridiculous. Even at 170, it's just going to do just fine. So super attack is the rage of the warrior race, raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to the enemy. And then the ultra super attack stacks. It's amazing that it stacks here. Gamma burst, flash, and burning attack, raises attack and defense, which is a 20% boost, and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. And it has the stacks and stacks attacks. It kind of doesn't really need it, but it's so good, having that opportunity to run in long events. So the passive skill here is the future defending father and son. So it does have active or entrance animation, and that's going to provide you +2 to key, defense 70%, and guards against all attacks for the first 5 turns from the start of the turn, when there's another bond of a parent-child category ally attacking in the same turn, which is going to be very common. And then the rest of the passive here is keep +2 attack and defense 140%, which is solid for an LR, and then launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, which is great. Now you're able to do 3 super attacks with some additional hidden potential orbs, right? So, and then plus an additional key +1 up to 5, and then defense 15% up to 75%, and a chance of performing a critical hit plus 7% up to 35% with each attack received. So pretty much once you're at 5 attacks received, you're going to be maxed out on this character here. So basically what it's saying is when you're going to be doing this for 5 turns with 5 attacks, you should at least get that defense back up to where it is. And here's the line here that just changes this unit from a good and even great unit to almost the best unit in the game. You're going to get an additional attack and defense 70%, and then guard against all attacks as the first attacker in the turn. And we've been seeing a lot of units, you know, not really hold that spot of first attacker, and you're seeing a lot of that second attack or even third attack as a floater. But first attacker is so valuable, and having guard against all attacks and then additional attack and defense 70% is outstanding. So active skill here, father and son Gatling gun, LRGG is massive, raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to the enemy, and all attacks become critical hits for 1 turn. So if you do activate this, the rest of, and should be running in the first turn, all of your hits after that is going to be critical hits, and then allies defense raised by 20% for that 1 turn. So a very, very solid active skill along with that. Now to activate it, you can be activated from the 3rd turn when all allies attacking the same turn is Future Saga, or when HP is 50% or less starting from 5th turn of the start of the battle. So link skills here: Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan Royal Lineage, Disma Future, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. So pretty solid there. When it comes to like Gohans though, it's not linking very well with like Gohans and some Gokus as well. But if you're doing Vegeta's Family, you're going to be just fine. Categories right at the edge there. It does have Future Saga, Time Travelers, Joint Forces, Vegeta's Family, Bond of Master and Disciple, Battle of Fate, and Bond of Parent and Child. So it does have 7 categories where I prefer 8 or above, but it does overcome the middle ground that I have of, or the minimum that I want of any new unit now is 6 categories in a plethora of categories in the game, over 80 something, right? So again, we already went over the stats. Now let's talk a little bit about the units that you want to run with them. So we have the Dokkan Info with the 200% units that you can run with the LRGG. So you can see these units here. Some of them really don't link very well, but if you look at the 200% units that you can run a combination versus you running the main rotations, which the team builds that I'm going to do, I'm not going to focus in on that. So for those who've never watched my full breakdown and team builds, is I'm just really only focusing on LRGG being the main rotation, okay? But you can do different rotations if you like, and that's, you know, Super Saiyan 4s, you can do UI Goku, MUI Goku, you can do Super Saiyan, or actually Super Saiyan Namek Goku does work well with LRGG. But anyway, you do have options to kind of pair these up, so you can have a really strong main rotation besides LRGG, but there's really no reason not to have them in the #1 spot. So let's talk about links in the 200% here. If you're looking for the top 5 that has a 200% leader skill and then provide you 5 links, Namek Goku is going to be one of the best ones you want to use as a main rotation. Then you have some other options here with the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta there, the Angel Vegeta there. Then you have the Kamehameha leader in AGL Gohan there. When he easy A's, guys, and that's probably coming pretty soon. When he easy A's, that's going to be crazy on there. And then you have a couple Trunks that you can run as well as 200% with 5 links. So what if you aren't going to run at 200%? Well, you do have some other options that are very good, and I would say one would be the Tech father son Gohan and Goku. That unit is ridiculous. The LR one is ridiculous there. So I would definitely recommend running them, and then probably the Namek Goku as like the 2 best if you have those 2 LRs. And then you have some other ones here that you can run Not overly like OP like some other options, but especially with the amount of links. But you have a lot of other units that you can run at 200% or even without 200%. They can have 4 or even 3 links for the LRGG. So let's talk about then teams and building teams. I just mentioned there's just a lot of options. Like the bench space, I can cover maybe 2 pages. I just kind of floated in some other units as well. And if I were going to be running a full team, this is a team that you can run, and it looks incredible, right? So just a super highlighted team of just amazing LRs. Give me 1 second. All right, had to pause for 1 second there. I have no clue where I left off. It's been like 30 minutes since the last thing I said. So anyway, I was saying that there was a ton of options you can run. If you look at like the top 3-4 LRs in the game, 5 LRs in the game, you're able to use most of them here, right? You have the 7-year anniversary units, you have the Goku and Gohan, you have Namek Goku there. You have a lot of different support units that you can run. Especially you have that Future Saga Trunks unit here, and then a bunch of other units that you can run. You can kind of see down below, but yeah, the combinations are outstanding, right? All just amazing combinations you can absolutely gather up here. We don't know the details on the EZA Vegeta Blue, the tech one yet, but I'm sure he's gonna be very good on this team here. Now, the biggest weak point of this is that they don't link very well, LRGG, with some other top tier units, and that's why you're going to see a lot of top tier units as floaters, because they fairly link up maybe a little bit better, you know, with some other units. So just kind of keep that in mind. You can't just run everything because you do want to make sure it's going to link up fairly well. So now if you're going to be running just a straight up 200% team, you do have some different options here. Before I mentioned the Tech Vegeta Blue, I just put him on here just because I feel like he's just going to be a ridiculous unit. So I'm going to already assume that you should probably run him on at least a floater position. And of course, you do have the Super Saiyan 4s on here as well as 200%. Now, the gods aren't 200%, but the Super Saiyan 4 is. So just kind of keep that in mind there. Now, some other units you also run down below as options there. One unit that pops up and you're like, oh yes, this unit's on here, and that's the Kaioken Goku. He does not link well at all. I think it's only like 1 link that he links up with. So again, just keep that in mind. Not everybody's going to link up very well, but he can definitely be on like a floater position or something like that, and he can run fine that way. So when you look at 200% and just maybe focusing on the Future Saga, and that should be able to activate your active skill a lot better, a lot quicker. And this is kind of the combination you can definitely run there as well. Very limited, as you can see. And I did bring in the LR Vegeta Blue and the Tech Vegeta Blue on here. So I actually ran support on the main rotations versus some other units as well, because like I said, the floaters are going to be very limited in a Future Saga 200% there. So anyway, another team that you can run would be a favorite team of mine, right? Basically Vegetas Family, and it's pretty amazing. The only really unit that you're not going to be able to run on Vegetas Family here is Super Vegeta, because Super Vegeta, he was a deadbeat dad at that point in time, and you're not going to be able to run that. Still, it's an amazing unit that you can run like off rotation and stuff like that on other teams, but not particularly on this team here. So, but still very strong as your options, and you can run this unit here as a support unit as well. But of course, if you're running a full Vegetas Family, you don't need to have the Goten and Trunks GT, which is a solid option for a support at 40%. So you might even replace them off of one of these two that are right here as well. Now, if you're looking at like a mono team, man, the int team that you can run, look at this int team. Like, it's amazing. Now, you do have to swap out if you want to run a super int team, the Majin Vegeta here. But when you talk about a wall right? You talk about a wall, just kind of going back to Vegeta's family as well. That rotation of LRGG and Maj Vegeta, yeah, you're just not going to take any damage. So it's pretty incredible that that ability is there to run. So very impressive. And then finally, if you just want to run more defensive oriented team, either long or short. Again, an issue here with Gohans, like Ultimate Gohan. Ultimate Gohan just does not link well, so you can't really run him in main rotation. But if you're just doing it for defensive purposes, you kind of run him on main rotation. They're just probably not going to get an SA off, and if you know, Gohan needs to stack as well, along with the 18 key on the LRGG. That might be a situation. So, but again, you're looking at this amazing unit here, one of the most valuable non-Dokkan Festival exclusive, not really even a banner unit, right? You only can get him from World Tournament, so you know, highly incredible there as well. So anyway, that's really what I wanted to go over. I thought I'd have some fun here, and I did something weird here with the blue line down here, but yeah, we have multiple different teams to run. Like I said before, I am just going to be focusing on LRGG as the main rotation, but you can run them off rotation. You can run them as really a different scenario of teams and options on a multitude of different teams, especially on teams you know, like Future Saga in of itself, Mastered, Bond of the Disciple, just other Vegeta's family. When Joint Forces gets 170% lead, this team, that team's just gonna be incredible when you start thinking about all the units on that. So, but anyway, enough of me rambling. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown here and some fun little team builds. But all in all, yeah, amazing unit. And if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we will catch you next time. Later.